Hello everybody and welcome back to Europa, where last episode we got into this war with England, technically, but we haven't really been participating in it, and we instead went and took over a big chunk of Tlemcen. Now that made Portugal upset. Portugal is currently outraged at us, and they have 95 aggressive expansion. We may not be able to bring this back to a ally relationship, but we're gonna try. We're also working on salvaging our French relationship. That appears to be okay. They're at 74 aggressive expansion. To be clear, that's high. No doubt about it. But we're in a war to get high consul. We're in a war together with Portugal and France at this moment, and so far, so good. So far, so good. We've got some coring to do. We need to chill. And our aggressive expansion is fairly high out over here, too. So we just need to chill. 1000%. Now, we do have a rebellion brewing. This is out over here. Okay. Well, we've got troops right nearby. They are currently heading into Dara. I'm going to leave them there for now. I believe the plan was to have one army up here, and this army should be drilling, which they are. We have an army here, which is currently drilling. We have an army here, which is currently drilling, and those are our three primary locations. So I don't think we need anywhere else for this army to go, really. This is fine. Yeah, this is fine. So let's just work on building some town halls here. That'll be fine. And we're going to recover manpower. We're going to work on coring. And we may want to think 5 years away. Okay. When are we going to get this dip tech? That's going to be in 89. That's currently 7 years away, but we'll have 50% loss here on the power requirement. That's probably okay. Here, this is going to be in 90, so that's 8 years away, but again, it's going to be cut in half, so we're probably okay there. Admin tech, I'm a little worried about. And the reason for that is because we need to core all of this. Speaking of which, we should absolutely get this coring right now. So this is currently working on a missionary. This is building a great synagogue here and here. So those are going to be done fairly soon. Sounds good. We do need to get those going ASAP. Okay, so a military coalition against us is deeply, deeply, deeply unsurprising. We're just glad that the HRE hasn't joined the coalition against us. Oh, they have. Right, I forgot about that. They did join the coalition against us. But so far, they haven't fired it. If Portugal joins the coalition against us, we've got problems. But Catalonian separatists spawned up here. I didn't really expect them to spawn there. We're going to have to move our transport fleet down here. Oh, France is taking care of it for us. Never mind. So our transport fleet can still move down here. That's fine. We'll just leave them here. France has got that. Thanks, France. They're being bros. I like it. So we do possibly want to do a sale of titles, although it would make the nobility happier. When can we seize land? We need to be at peace for that. We can do it now, but we would need to be at peace. This war would have to be over. So that's noted. When is this going to be up? That's going to be in 83. I'm going to go ahead and do a sale of titles here. The main reason behind wanting to do a sale of titles is because I want to get a bunch of provincial constructions going, specifically town halls. As you can see, we're getting close to the end of our town hall construction, and that's looking good. We're going to build universities after this. We want to get all of that built up. They don't take a building slot. Okay, so these guys spawned right where we were. They're already dealt with. Perfect. That's absolutely magnificent. Now, our corruption is currently growing, and we're making quite a lot of money. We may want to put that money towards rooting out corruption, at least so that it's not growing. I'm going to put it about here. At that rate, it's going to take 6 years for our corruption to go away, but as our overextension gets solved, this won't be a problem. Now, our stability is still only at 2, so that's an issue as well. Spy network construction, no thank you. We'll take the prestige. Okay, so we need to core these, and this would be the next one to do. We need to get those cores completed as soon as possible. That is a very, very high priority. Gain 50 dip power for 15% trade efficiency, or 2,600 ducats. Let's do some math here. So this is going to last for 10 years, 15% trade efficiency. Let's just assume that that's just a 15% boost to our trade. I'm not sure that it would be. I don't exactly know how that works. We might be able to look at the tooltip here. Let's see. How efficient we are at trading. It's the basis for how much income we can get out of our merchants. So I think it does actually, that would just be a 15% boost to it, or some sort of a boost to it. I'm going to assume it's 15. So 34.1 is what we're making right now, and then we need by 12 to get the yearly amount, by 10 because this lasts 10 years. So that's 4,092 that we would get, but what we need to check is what 15% times 0.15. So that would be an increase of about 600 ducats. We'd be far better off to just take the payment right now, according to that math. Which I may have just done wrong. I don't know. We'll find out. I also, helpfully, just went and closed the file for one of my thumbnails for one series. Which one is it? It's actually for this series. Interesting. I closed the Europa thumbnail in my photo editor. Excellent. That was not what I intended to do, but we are good to go. Okay. So now we've got some money, and we're going to put that money into town halls. That said, we don't necessarily want to build our town halls in these areas. That's going to be done a little under a year. I'm going to let it go. That's fine. That seems okay. So there's all of our town halls built. Next, what we want to build is universities, and we can start building these basically anywhere. It really does not matter where we build these universities. It's all exactly the same thing. So we can get one university going. We lost a military leader. That is the 8th Army's leader. That's right down over here. So we're going to roll up a new leader. That's a pretty decent leader, actually. And these guys can get to drilling, so that looks good. Is our war exhaustion going down right now? No, because we are technically at war. Nothing seems to really be happening with this war, though. Except France is losing that naval battle. Good for you, France. They could just peace out at this point, I think, if they wanted to. But, sure. We're just chilling in this war. I'm fine with it. So let's set an agenda, and what do we want to get? So overextension less than 1%, that would be for 50 admin power. That's probably a good thing. I am concerned about our admin power right now. That said, base production in Jerusalem giving us 700 ducats. I'm going to take that. So we're going to hop over to Jerusalem and just boost up our production here. There we go. And how much did that set us back on our adoption of the next dip tech? So we're 4 years ahead of time. This is currently saying this is going to be in 6. We'll probably still be approximately on time on that. So that seems okay. And we can, of course, use that money to start putting in more universities. And that would be delightful. So our corruption is dropping by 0.1 per year, but what we really need is to get some of this coring done. So we can get this coring underway. We have a missionary in Corona right now. That's okay. They will be done in under a year. So I'm fine with that. And we're building a town hall here. That'll be done like next month, or right now, actually. So that looks good. As soon as we have 94 admin power, we can get this core started. We're definitely going to be a little behind on our admin tech. I think that's pretty clear. So we may want to focus admin. I'd like to do it. The religion in Napoli just changed to Catholic. That's very rude. Very rude indeed. Also, do we really need 4 forts here? This is a level 6, level 2, and level 4. We're upgrading this to a level 6. I'm going to cancel that. That'll return 50% of the investment. I'm going to destroy this fort here. I don't think we need a fort here and here. This one can remain. There's just too many forts here. So we'll do that. That gives us a building slot there too, which is certainly interesting. We could build a great synagogue or a workshop, 0.21 and 0.09. The workshop is obviously the way to go. So we'll get that going. Fantastic. And we should be able to get this going next month tick, I think. Yes, that should be right. 75 admin power. No, we're going to make vague promises of reform. We're about to finish up our coring for a couple of these, and let's get another of these going. Okay, so we have now reached maximum relations with France for the moment. That seems okay. These guys left the military coalition against us. Wild. Portugal is now considered friendly again. So we can still improve this by an additional 10. They would actually re-up their alliance with us. Let's pull back this diplomat, and let's do exactly that. And we're already in this war together, so no problem there. So we've re-upped our alliance with Portugal, and we kept our alliance with France. So that should be good. Let's get Napoli converted next. Beautiful. And then Girona here, that is... Yes, we are disappointed that artillery cost is up by 20%. Napoli, or rather Girona, is our next location. 129 admin power to core that. We're in a much better situation now, though, as far as our overextension goes. So that looks solid. Our corruption is going down by 0.28 now. Ah, what is this? England just peaced out. This war's over. They're going to piece this any moment now. A horse population boom. Okay. Our truce with Cairo is over, and Cairo immediately entered into a military coalition against us. Hilarious. 85 aggressive expansion, 136 unlawful territory. Okay. Yeah, it's a lot. I'm not going to lie. That's certainly, there are several things there. Ah, and there we go. So Romagna ceded Nantes to France, and they gave us 0.76 ducats. Okay. Well, we didn't get anything out of that, but that's fine. We don't really need the aggressive expansion anyway, right? So we can immediately do a land seizure, and we should. Get that on cooldown right now. Savoy entered into a military coalition against us. Fine. As of right now, I'm not concerned about it. We have our French and Portuguese alliances back up and running, so everything looks good. We need a new rival, and this is going to end up being... Honestly, Al Said is interesting. Now, we're very unlikely to become re-elected emperor at this point, right? Like, nobody likes us in the HRE. Fair enough. I don't care. I think it's fine. We don't need the HRE anymore. We could leave the HRE if we wanted to. In fact, that might not be a terrible idea to leave the HRE and just work on conquering it. But if we did, I think Fars would defend anyone we attacked, so we're probably better off to remain in the HRE, at least for now, and just pick people off. That's likely what we need at this point. So I want to get this core going. That's not going to be this month. Actually, this dropped in cost. Fantastic. That's because of the rooting out of corruption. Navarra entered into a military coalition against us. That's neat. I'm going to bump up our rooting out of corruption to the max, and that's going to go away very quickly. Aleppo's opinion of us would drop. That's okay. So everything looks good at this point. I think diplomatically we're in a much better position than we were. I'm not going to say we're in the world's best diplomatic position right now, because, I mean, this is still a thing. That's a bit of a concern, but honestly, with France and Portugal here, it really doesn't matter. So that looks good. We're going to continue to convert here. Excellent. And we can invest in an idea, but this is a terrible time to do that. We are currently only 2 years ahead of time, and we've got to get this admin tech up, right? So that's going to be a big deal for us. We'll grab offensive and humanist ideas eventually, but for now, we need to be focused on tech. Did we get this last core going? Yes, we did. So we don't need to put any more admin power into that until we get to the full cores. And that's going to be significant. I'm pretty sure. So that's, of course, a bit of a problem. Our corruption is currently pretty good, and we're making a good amount of money right now. We're rooting out a lot of corruption still, to be sure. Our truce with Portugal is up. That's fine. We've re-allied them. It doesn't matter. They're currently off in a different war and happy as a clam. So that looks good. What do we got going on here? Losing 50 admin power? We can't afford that. We cannot afford to lose 50 admin power right now. We need all the admin power we can get our hands on. Because if we go in here, we can see we're only 1 year ahead of time. It's July. We're going to be behind time in tech for a little bit. That's not great. We can make a state out over here, and I'm going to. So in terms of full cores, that's 248 additional admin power. And we just lost a stability. Okay. I'm moving us to admin focus for now. I feel like we really do need the additional admin power. So we're able to grab the Miltech at this time, although I'm going to wait until January. Miltech is always good to get right away. We're very glad to get that, but we do want to be ahead of time in dip and admin as well. So we get new infantry, military tactics, cavalry shock, and improved flanking range. That's all very neat. So new infantry, that's going to be the Patrine infantry. Looks great. And I'm going to... Do we want to do that, or do we want to get this admin tech first? I feel like we should do the admin tech first. Al Said is no longer a valid rival for us. We can go for, I don't know, these guys. Sure. Seems fine. So there's another core finishing. We're going to need more admin power to core all of that with full cores. Yeah, this is expensive. Navarra unrivaled us. Cool. We'll go ahead and celebrate here. That'll boost our legitimacy back up a bit. That's good. And I do want to continue to work on building universities. So we'll get that underway. We could sell titles, but I don't think there's a reason to do so right now. We're going to be continuing to make more money soon enough. But what we really need at this point, well, this dip tech will help a lot. Heavy frigates. Okay, sure. So that'll boost our trade efficiency nicely, and also help us root out some corruption. We don't have a huge amount of corruption right now, so it's reasonably fine. So this admin tech here, we're still a long ways away from, but I want to focus on getting this as soon as possible, because that taxation benefit is so powerful. That's going to be worth like 15 ducats a month. That's extraordinarily useful. So that looks good. Where are these guys going? They are going to Mallorca. Okay, sure. So that's absolutely fine. A bar mitzvah. The rabbis are actually not all that sad. There's no need to celebrate. We're not going to hold a bar mitzvah for our heir. That's so much money. So, at this point, we need to get that admin tech. That'll give us admin efficiency and development cost modifier. That's not that big of a deal, but what we really want is that being ahead of time bonus. Our neighbor bonus is giving us minus 10% here, so that's neat. We're currently about 1 year away from getting this, so I think that's okay. We just got Garona Cord, and we're going to make that into a state as well, which, of course, means we're going to have to make it into a full core. So that's absolutely understood. Let's get an agenda set here. Base production in Zidane. We're taking this. So that's going to be right up over here. We just need to bump this up twice, which we almost have enough for. Next month tick. Oh, we're going to have to boost the military here as well. There we go. So there's a bunch of ducats. Excellent. And of course, we do want to put some money into universities. So we'll get that going. There's only so many of these to build. Ooh, 50 admin power. Yes, please. That's a huge deal. That's almost 5 months worth of admin power. That's excellent. Okay, so next month's tick, we'll be able to grab this measuring the world. That looks great. There we go. Production efficiency back up. 67 to 78. I like it. So that's significantly better. And now, of course, we can work on coring. So we're going to need to reduce autonomy in these areas. And I want to check in here. 208 out of 236. Okay, we definitely can continue to work on that. That looks good. Coring absolutely needs to be our goal at this moment. Full cores. So I'm just going to sort this by cost. We're going to go from the bottom up, and this will be fine. It'll be a few hundred. Well, like 600. It'll be quite a lot. We do, of course, need to continue to convert, and we'll work on that. More money flowing in, of course, means more universities. And that'll be really good when Enlightenment spawns, which is going to be in 11 years. So that'll be fine. We can grab an ability here. What do we want? I guess we'll take the yearly absolutism. I don't really care. England is preparing to attack Maya. Sure. I wish them luck in that endeavor. So there's one of those full cores done. Our truce is now up with all of these guys. So if we check in on the coalition here, I guess we'll go with this. If we check in on the coalition, the HRE is still in this. Al Said is, Alexandria is, Medina, Amman. Nothing too scary out over this way as of right now, but we absolutely do still need to chill, particularly out in the west. So that is noted. I don't really... Do we care about our air? Yeah, those are decent stats. It's still going to be a 50-50. Sad. Very sad. Well, let's see what our new air ends up being like, and we should definitely do a land seizure. There we go. We had the money on hand for it. It just delays our universities a little bit. But alas, I should have just let him die. So we're able to make another core here. Let's get that finished. Magnificent. And we should be able to grab a offensive idea here soon. Land force limit modifier going up by 15% would be great. We'd be delighted by that. An additional 5% discipline and recover army morale speed. I mean, we're maxed out on our manpower for right now, so that seems reasonably fine. Our inflation is going to be gone pretty soon. So everything is looking good at this point. We just lost a military leader, and where was that? Was that an admiral? Yeah, I'm not going to replace an admiral at this time. We'll evaluate that as needed. So that looks good. I do want to get this core finished up here. That's going to be a couple of months away. Yeah, like 2 more months at this point, and then we can get this core done. Once we're finished with all of this coring, then we'll probably start thinking about fighting again in this area. We need to be quite far away from this because Portugal is still very upset. That's definitely a thing. Trade efficiency plus 10%. That's the same as this. Okay. Are we better off with trade or tax? The answer is tax. So we'll receive monetary benefits. Perfect. So we're 1 admin power away. Oh, no, we can actually get this one done. Right, I thought that we were on the 108s, but no, we had 1 additional to do. Cool. So that looks fine. I don't want to spend 75 admin power right now. That would be very bad. We're going to continue to work on getting these cores done, and we're still a bit behind on our admin. So that is needed. Remember, we've got this idea group here to fill out too. So that seems fine for the moment. We are currently 11 years ahead of time, looks like. 9 years ahead of time. We haven't embraced Enlightenment. Fair enough. That won't spawn for another 9 years. And we'll see where it spawns. Our ruler died. Okay. 453. Not too bad stats-wise. Okay, we'll take it. However, our legitimacy is low because we didn't have an heir. So that's, you know, a bit of a problem. But, I mean, I don't suppose we can Royal Marry France. No. These guys over here all broke their alliances with us, and I don't think they would be willing to re-up it. So that's definitely going to be interesting. We need to get another core going here. We could try to repair our relationship with, say, Alexandria. We could try to improve relations with them, but they're going to be very upset. There's a lot of unlawful territory there. And that only goes down by 1.2 yearly. So that's definitely good to know. We're not likely to actually get anything out of that. But for the moment, I think it's fine. Let's get some more universities building. And we can get one of these cores finished. That's delightful. Ah, skill 2 Master of Mint and a skill 2 Treasurer. National tax modifier. So that would replace this guy. Yeah, that would be this guy here, I think. Yes. He'd have the same national tax modifier. He'd just cost 2 more ducats per month. And he would get us an additional admin power. I'm cool with that. So we're absolutely going to get more admin power there. That looks good. We're now at 12 per month, and we need 107. But it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're probably going to start considering exiting our chill period soon. I don't know. This is still a lot of aggressive expansion over here. That said, this is only 34. We might be able to attack somewhere out over here. We'll see. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Dark Horse, Ethan Feldman, Aurelio, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri 8, Punching the Microphone, The Lounge, Jestiel, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.